So let's start switch 2 and see if it sets up a trunk with switch 1 and whether it learns the VLAN information using VTP. So this is switch 2 booting up. And there we go. So let's change the name to switch 2. No other configuration has been done on this switch. Show interfaces trunk shows us that a trunk has been negotiated using ISL on gigabit 00. So in other words, trunking was automatically set up and configured on this link. In this example using ISL, I'll change that in a moment to use 802.1q, but I wanted to show you what happens with default configs. Show VTP status. Notice what's happened. The domain name has been learnt automatically. So this switch has automatically learnt that the VTP domain name is CCNA. So the domain name has been learnt. So has the number of existing VLANs, which is 7. And the revision number has also been learnt. That's the same information as we see on switch 1. Number of existing VLANs is 7. Configuration revision number is 4. Show VLAN brief. We see VLAN 2 and VLAN 3, which is the same as what we see on switch 1. In other words, switch 2, because of dynamic trunking protocol, has formed a trunk dynamically with switch 1, and because of VTP, has automatically learnt the VTP domain. We didn't configure that. So the VTP advertisement sent from switch 1 to switch 2 told switch 2 which VTP domain to use. It automatically joined that domain and then automatically learnt about the VLANs configured on switch 1. Notice please that no ports have been moved from the default VLAN. The ports are still in the default VLAN, but these VLANs have automatically been added to the VLAN database. Show VTP status again. VTP default mode is server. The switch wasn't configured with a domain, but learnt that automatically because gigabit 00 was configured using DTP to become a trunk. So on switch 1, if we changed the encapsulation, switch port trunk encapsulation .1q, what we should see on this side is that the trunking gets renegotiated, and there you go. We had no trunking, and then trunking got renegotiated to use 802.1q. Show VTP status. We see the configuration revision number. Number of VLANs showing is 7. Show VLAN brief. If we create another VLAN, let's say VLAN 4, and type end, show VTP status now, shows us that the number of existing VLANs configured is 8. The revision number has changed to 5. And on this side, it should have automatically learnt about that VLAN. So this information is the same. Show VLAN brief. VLAN 4 has been added to the VLAN database, as it was done here. So this is the thing about VTP. If you create a new VLAN here of VLAN 5, and then create a new VLAN here of VLAN 6, that information is propagated between the switches. Configuration revision numbers change, and so do the number of existing VLANs. So we now see both VLAN 5 and VLAN 6 on the right-hand side switch, switch 2, and we see that on the left-hand switch, switch 1. Because both of these switches are servers, they are propagating VLAN information across this link and updating each other's databases.